Welcome to this edition of Manifest Wisely. Finito, Scorpio, is this your reading? This may be, okay? There may be some other signs that come out, but I was getting that channeling earlier. I really wasn't even going to do a reading today, but then I was told to do one, and then it's like, okay, now we're just gonna go ahead and share it, even if it is just for Scorpio. So, here we are. Okay. Why question it? Just, go with the flow. That is on my spring throwback playlist. It's Queen of the Stone Age song, if you happen to know that band. It's a really cool video, also. Very kind of like graphic and aesthetic. There's a certain aesthetic with it, too. So, which kind of fits with the band. So, what do we have for this collective? Maybe closely related to Scorpio, right? Okay. Scorpio intensity can kind of come off that way, can it? Right? There you go. I don't know what got into them today. Okay. Queen of Swords. Yeah, your planet cool collective. Cool, calm, and collectively collected. Yes. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I've been getting a lot of air signs recently. Okay. This is either you or you are dealing with. Okay. But at the heart of the matter. So Scorpio, I don't think you're requiring protection from a Queen of Swords. I think it's more like perhaps the Queen of Swords in you, like knowing better and acting on your logic is benefiting you, okay? Because you're very much in the upright here. Queen of Pentacles, very interesting. What is crossing you? Now, it's like somebody else is standing here saying, oh, but I'm the Queen of Pentacles. And you're like, okay. And your point is, like, if you don't want to be friends, then step aside so I can keep doing my Queen of Swords stuff, which, by the way, might include some Queen of Pentacles stuff. Like, you're not the only one, okay? Um, so this could also be, say a third party trying to interfere and say, well, actually, I'm the person that decides this or that. And it's like, I don't think you are. And you haven't been for a long time either. Okay, so it's this kind of thing where I feel like collective, maybe people underestimated your ability to say go after financial success or go after being a homeowner. You know what I mean? Home ownership is very important to some people. Things of that nature, regarding stability. Because they just see like maybe Scorpio or some other signs or a Queen of Swords perhaps just getting whatever they want, right? Like, oh, well, you didn't really work for it. And it's like, actually, right? The world, yeah. You're like, look, I could write a whole book about it, okay? And okay, this was coming out earlier in the channeling, so this makes starting to connect. Um, so there, maybe people that want to get close to your knowledge so that it helps them out, right? But at the same time, you're like, if that's going to put me in a cross position here, with this Queen of Pentacles being how it is, then it's like, yeah, if it's not going to make me more financially abundant, then, why do I want to continue on that path? And in fact, here's my 9 point method of blah, 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 right? You're like, literally, I could write a book about it. Um, and part of it is you have some protection around you, though, because yes, people are very drawn to you because they see what you're able to do kind of with your time. Okay, there was something I posted earlier. It was like there's people that will be hating that were given, are mad because you did more with less than what they were given. You know what I mean? There's some people, and like where I live, as a citizen of the U.S., like I'm very lucky to have been born in this country and not somewhere else. Um, but I've also worked for a lot of things in my life. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason I've owned a house, you know? You gotta make those mortgage payments, baby. You gotta be showing up to work on time for that stuff, you know? You don't just get money out of thin air. So, I feel like, yeah, there's people that want in on your secrets, and right now you're kind of not having it. And in fact, there's other people even trying, and it's because they're trying to present themselves as this. So this is kind of like the copycats. It's like they're also not only like getting into your time, but wanting to imitate what you do. Okay. And again, it's like, well, if you want to learn from me, I guess you can compensate me somehow. When it all comes down to it. I mean, when you're talking about Queen of Pentacles, it's like, okay, well, let's talk about the money. You know what I mean? So if it's not growing on trees, then, somebody's going to have some explaining to do. And it's kind of funny because this green's here, this growing green. So it's kind of like somebody sees you as being able to manifest money as well. Okay, but right now I feel like you're being quiet about it. Yeah, maybe after my Lucky Charms. Capricorn. Capricorn came out strong the other day, and also the end of a tough cycle approaches. So, with somebody in particular that was more interested in spending than earning, okay? This person has been kind of shown the door, and it's like, okay, you, sir or madam, are now last season. Okay. Like, you're going to the discount rack because I don't have time to try and make you fit a wardrobe that, where you've proven to be impractical. Okay. So that's another thing with this Queen of, I almost said Queen of Swords, but I mean, you're still here as well. Okay. So that's what kind of like, if you're a feminine and if you're a masculine, it could be like you're interested in a Queen of Swords and you have this kind of Queen of Pentacles hanging around saying they're a Queen of Pentacles, but not really. When actuality, the Queen of Swords has way more potential to be a Queen of Pentacles if she isn't already in addition. Okay. And that's kind of like, ooh, somebody wrote the book. Okay. And there's a song like that. Every day I write the book, right? Every day. Every day I write the book. Excuse me, I know it's not in the right key anyway. Um, yeah, and somebody wants to hold you to like some false contract, and you're like, look, I never agreed to this to begin with. Just because you say that we have some history together, or you say that we were together, that doesn't mean I owe you until the end of time, right? Like, you're fully capable of doing things on your own as well. Okay. Oh my. It's like everybody can contribute something. You know what I mean? Like, there's women over in Africa weaving baskets as we speak. All right. Like, and I'm telling you, they probably don't have like a million cell phones taking pictures of it like every 5 seconds. So, and the crown, please. For the situation for the collective, the Page of Wands. Okay, so you may be getting some news. I feel like this person kind of wants to give you some news. And like trying to be telling you what's up, but there's other people as well on their way potentially. Okay. Cancerian energy as well. And of course, the Queen of Pentacles is Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. The Seven of Cups. Okay. Yeah, I feel like somebody potentially wants you to feel confused about a situation, although I feel like you have way more clarity about it. So, when this person comes to you, collective, like with this inquiry here, I think they're going to expect you to tell them what you've been kind of up to. And again, I don't know that you're really interested in sharing, or if you're like, well, why don't you read the book when I'm done writing it? Then you can get your information. you know, like, you don't give them all the information before you write the tell all, okay? You know what I mean? Like, that's just smart marketing, right? Um, so this Seven of Cups, I just don't, yeah, you're very strong in this situation. Leo's been coming out a lot lately. Um, I feel like, yeah, you're not as intimidated as some other people would be, okay? Even though it may appear so. Two of Cups. Oh my God. Wow. So, whoever this is feels very strongly about you, collective, that is appreciating your Queen of Swords energy. Okay. That may be part of the Seven of Cups as well, where somebody is not afraid to walk the line and have some kind of confrontation. And when I say confrontation, I mean like a peaceful resolution, but like not willing to let things continue on as they are, okay? It's like that was an old arrangement and now it's time for a revision, okay? Now in the environment, the Four of Swords. Yeah, collective, I feel like you aren't the ones that really have to worry about doing anything. I feel like this person's going to kind of tell you the decision that they had to make, although for some people it looked a little bit intense, and maybe it was, right? Part of life, right? And then in the hopes and fears. Yeah, okay, so with this Two of Cups here, Hierophant, wow. So somebody really wants to make it official with you in the Hierophant, and obviously the fear would be that you reject them and say no. It's also Taurus energy, which, this Queen of Pentacles, that could be somebody like hoping that that doesn't happen so that they can like kind of have some leverage in the situation, right? But I feel like this Two of Cups is very stable for you, collective. Especially if you are dealing with the Queen of Swords, because she is in the upright, okay? And she's somebody who's going to share that knowledge with you in the worthy situations, right? And foundationally, I feel like you're correct in how you're approaching this right now, okay? But I am not, I mean, you have to use your own, just obviously, this is, I mean, yeah, if you're the masculine, I can't tell you how the Queen of Swords is feeling about the situation, right? So what's the outcome here? But it's definitely in the air, okay? Whew. Somebody might want a Ten of Wands that like just not like even deal with it, okay? The Death card, Scorpio. Wow. So the outcome being transformation, right? The outcome could be, that this person doesn't want anything to do with this situation, right? That could be part of the Queen of Swords response, okay? That could also, like I said, be this Queen of Pentacles that wants it to turn out that way. Okay? That doesn't mean that it is, because the Death card, Scorpio, is about transformation as well. It's not just about putting a final stamp on it. Okay? Mm-hmm. I feel like somebody's talking about some certification or paperwork. I understand it's tax time and all that kind of stuff, so that might just be, whatever. But yeah, and I feel like too somebody could have been receiving benefits based upon this previous arrangement, when it came to and so that's part of why they're kind of like not looking forward to things changing. So that's part of, I think, with this outcome, okay? Because no matter what, things are going to change. because you see for yourself that like, so if you're this masculine, um, you see for yourself that either way it turns out, like it's better to have that kind of separation from this past energy. Okay. Eight of Swords. Yeah, and this old person wants you to feel confused about it, but it's like once you're actually free from it, you're gonna feel a lot better. It's gonna be like, why was I like worried about that? You know? Um, I feel like when you're facing this Seven of Cups here, it's like a natural progression. um, but yeah, again, I think you're worried about whether or not this person kind of wants to take the next step with you after, you know, kind of you divulging your choices, okay? That kind of maybe you've had to keep quiet in a way, all right? And part of that is because this person had like feelings towards you, okay? If you're this Queen of Swords or if you're this masculine, okay? You know, like if you're this masculine dealing with these feelings, okay? Um, yeah, and I feel like you had somebody in some confusion in the past, potentially with this King of Cups here. Yeah. Some kind of past relationship that wasn't quite in the upright. It just had you too much in your feelings, okay? And that's kind of with this past Queen of Pentacles. It's that like, oh, you should have done this or you should have done that. It like there, you know, there's never like a positive reinforcement out of it. Okay, so it's just like, okay, well, how long do I want to bang my head against this wall, right? And that's part of that end of that tough cycle approaches here, especially with the Devil card in Capricorn, okay? Because it is in the past position. And this is giving you protection over the situation here with the Celtic cross, okay? And Scorpio, you coming out, you know, you in the outcome, you know, you're always going to be there in the outcome. Like, it's like, yeah, yep, I guess I got to clean up again. Okay, like, who else is going to take out the garbage? Okay, like, what are you going to do? You know, I mean, I know there's those TV shows. I can't even watch those things. Like, those things are like scary to me. Anyway, I'm no stranger to clutter or having, you know, accumulating certain things, but like some of that is quite much. I have a feeling. Anyway, you know, it's never a bad idea to think about downsizing because it's again that's part of, you know, the transformation of Scorpio. So um, for some of you, you could be feeling that kind of transformation as well, especially with this Two of Cups, because if you're coming into union with this, so say it ends up, you know, in the hopes, right, in the hopeful position here with the Hierophant, and they're like, yes, totally. And it's like, wow, we get to experience this Two of Cups, then it's like, well, yes, there are certain things that are going to be different, right? Okay. And then that again is where, you know, some of this past energy needs to remain there, okay? Because you could be talking about two different people. And again, somebody who's already in the upright has a very good chance of understanding what it means to be a Queen of Pentacles. Like, you know, maybe you're the King of Pentacles, and then you're like, well, now, you know, like you're the queen, you're very serene, you got all this stuff going on, very smart. And then it's like, then you have the King energy bringing in the financial abundance, the time, the opportunity, right? And then it's like, oh, okay, well now we're really dealing with something. It's like, yeah, don't, you know. So kind of like I said earlier with the World card here, open to sharing experiences, but on the equal par, okay? Okay. Suppose I'll do some Moonology preparation for the new moon. So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Capricorn again, Taurus again, Scorpio. And I was channeling for Scorpio before I started recording. So yeah. If this resonates with you, right? Please do like or subscribe to the channel. Helps pass the messages around to those that need them. Drop a comment if you feel like participating in the discussion. Your dreams need a practical plan, Taurus as well, full moon. So as you manifest, okay, and this is maybe part of something that you're hopeful you can do, but it's like, okay, yes, I have a dream, right? But like, how am I going to achieve that dream? Am I going to do it by sitting on my hands doing nothing, or do I, I need an action plan, right? So part of that here with this Hierophant and how this is going to turn out. So maybe that's part of it as well. Like, how are you going to come towards this person, or, how are you going to receive communication? Are you going to be open to, an ebb and flow that, is required to hold two energies in a single space? Okay. Because not everything is going to appear the way that it once was, right? When you go from one to two, things change. So for some of you, that could even be like, where are you going to live? You know what I mean? Like, are we both going to fit into my small apartment? I don't know. Oh, you have a dog and a cat and don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. Here's that Leo again. Yeah, definitely let yourself have the conversation. Okay, so that might be part of this Page of Wands energy. Okay, because you might be feeling like some of these conversations might be like remedial in nature, and it's like so like I said, it's like, okay, yeah, I don't want to share information unless we're on 22. Okay, yeah, share information unless we're on a certain level, but you have to clear some basics first. So especially if you are Scorpio, this might include some small talk, and I would imagine Scorpios, at least one sign that is not super into small talk. Okay. I think there's plenty of memes out there. Okay. So again, don't let pride get in your way. Like, don't become so like, oh, well, I'm like this, so I can't, have these conversations. Like, that would be kind of like a get over yourself, right? So for somebody out there, there may be a little bit of ego in the way, okay? Um, and some of that could be part of this past mistake, okay? Admitting something was a mistake, all right? And saying it's okay now that I'm changing direction, all right? Show the world the real you. Another full moon card, Aquarius. Okay, so as you're manifesting, that's what you're going to be actually really focusing on, is what's the real you. So, what are your manifestations going to be like? Is it to have more peace in your life, or to drink more water every day? Okay, so it's like coming from 5D into 3D then, right? Because it's like, if you're consistently coaching yourself in that manner, then your behaviors and actions should reflect positively, okay? And then you should be able to reveal more of what you aspire to be in reality, okay? Versus worshiping an image that is false in nature. Again, this kind of false contract thing. So you could say like, well, my previous contract had this and that, and it's like, okay, but did that previous contract actually get you anywhere? Okay, so You know, what's really important to you in terms of time, in terms of your abundance, okay? What else do we have for this collective, please? A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. Cancer wanted to pop out earlier as well. Have faith in your dreams. Yeah. Don't give up. So I feel like there's a lot of karmic energy that's kind of pushing at you. Even like this kind of don't let pride get in your way. It's like, oh my gosh, like I can't possibly tell that story. It's so embarrassing, right? But it's like that's part of what got you, you know, for better or worse, into the position that you're in now, and then kind of on that launching point to, you know, the next level, where here it's saying a personal issue reaches resolution. Okay, so maybe you thought it was something that's too personal to share with somebody, or with a larger audience. Okay, and it's like, well, I don't know if I can do that, right? But here it's like part of that energy of worry is going to be getting stripped away. Okay, so it's part of this false contract saying like, oh well, you have to hold on to guilt, you have to hold on to shame, like, you know, this could be survivor guilt, or somebody like thinking that abuse was their fault in some way, right? And that's part of what abusers want you to think. They want you to think very negatively. They want you to have a poor self image and, you know, be worshiping them, right? They want you to feel like this, right? Okay. And collective, quite frankly, you've moved so far beyond that. It's just like, yeah, you've leveled up, and it's time to kind of break through the shell. Okay. So that's part of, you know, this Cancer protection as well. Okay. And for some of you, you're going to get positive reinforcement that you really didn't think you had before in a partner. Okay. I mean, obviously, that's if it, you know, it's like if you choose to accept this challenge, right? Um, but yeah, every day I write the book. Like every day we have a new option. Available to us. Okay. And that's again, your dreams need a practical plan. It's like, okay, yeah, so yesterday I didn't go exactly how I thought. So maybe what's something that I can do to, you know, make it more into reality. Okay. All right. Yes. I think that's all I have for you folks today. Please subscribe or like the video, drop a comment if you want to talk about it. And until next time, please manifest wisely. Bye.